Consistency rules. It seems like with these prop firms, almost every company is now implementing a consistency rule around the same ballpark of anywhere between 20% and 50%. And it seems to be confusing a lot more people than I think it should. But let's break it down in the most simple way that I know how to. Taking a look here at Top 1 Futures, who I am recommending you trade with, currently running a 50% off sale if you use code Evan. If it's after the sale is over, code Evan's still always going to get you the best deal. But there's a few things I want to look at on here, and we'll break it down so that you can get on your way and start trading instant funded accounts with no issues at all. When it comes time to take a payout, you're not confused, you're not ineligible, and you're on the right path. Let's take a look at these instant funded accounts. Like I said, first of all, with this sale, I was talking to a student of mine, $50 increments really of $300 to $350 for the 100K as opposed to the $50,000. You might as well just go with the 100K for $50 extra. If you look at this drawdown, you can get $2,000 more of drawdown compared to that 50K account. So for just $50, I'll gladly add $2,000 more of my drawdown. And for another 50 on top of that, so 100 more than this 50K account, 300 to 400, you can get 6,000 worth of drawdown. I would absolutely do that. I made a tweet about it a while ago. I found myself wanting to trade 150K size on a 50K account, right? I just wanted to start seeing bigger numbers, so I wanted to start sizing up. But I'm used to trading on the 50K accounts, but that risk profile is no longer really suitable for the account size that I'm on. So rather than risking or wanting to make $1,000 a day, it's going to be pretty tough to do on these 50Ks when you have a daily loss limit of $1,250. But if you want to make $1,000 a day or risk $1,000, you have plenty of room to do that on the 150K of $3,700 worth of drawdown on the day and $6,000 overall. You'd have to have 6 consecutive losing trades to blow that account. So plenty of room for just $100 more than that 50K account. That's number one. And then on top of that, the consistency rule. First thing to look at here is the payouts. 14 days or any time, right? This is on Top 1 Futures, so every firm's a little bit different. But the 14 days or any time, the 14 days isn't 14 days traded. That'd be a lot of days to have to get underneath your belt. It's just calendar days. Between your last payout, another 14 days, let's just call it 2 weeks. Or anytime, if you go to the instant funded accounts at checkout, there's an add-on for anytime payouts. So with that, you can still take a payout whenever you want if your consistency rule is met. The consistency rule being 20%, right? So let's just keep it round numbers, keep it simple. If I want to take a payout at $5,000, well, then I can't have a day bigger than 1,000, right? I can have days smaller than 1,000, absolutely. But no one day should be bigger than 1,000 if I want to take a payout at $5,000, because $1,000 is 20% of my account balance of $5,000. And the cool thing about that we kind of skimmed over is the profit target up here. For any of these account sizes on the instant funded, there is no profit target. You are funded. You don't have to go make $3,000 for the 50K accounts, $6,000 for the 100K, and $9,000 for the 150K. If you want to take a payout at $3,000, let's say, well, that's normally what you would do on a 50K account, but you could do the same thing just on a 150K account. And like I was saying, on the 150K account, you should easily be able to make $3,000 if you want to use this bigger risk, right? Because you're having all this extra drawdown. You have $6,000 worth of drawdown on a 150K account, but you're only going for $3,000. So it's kind of like negative risk reward if you look at it like that, where normally you're risking on these 50Ks, okay, I can only lose $2,000, but I'm trying to go get $3,000. But with these no profit targets, you can take a payout at $5,000 if you want on a 150K account. And like I said, with the wiggle room, you can make $1,000 a day. You can quickly be at $5,000. Obviously, 5 winning days in a row. So maybe it takes you 10 days, right? Because you can have some losses sprinkled in there. But regardless, you don't need to shoot for these giant payouts of I need to make $9,000 or $10,000. But that's what I'm in for because I bought the 150K. No, normally with the 150K account, yeah, you need to make a bigger profit target. But that should be reasonably assumed because you're getting all this risk to play with, $3,700 and $6,000 overall. So if you want to take a payout at $5,000 on a 150K account, just don't have one day be worth more than 20% of your balance. So if you have a $5,000 balance, as long as you didn't make $1,000 or more in a day, you'll be eligible for a payout. Because if you have $2,000 on a given day, well, then now you actually need to make $10,000 before you can have 20% consistency, right? The biggest day you've had on your account times 5, that's the account balance you're eligible to take a payout on. I know right here it says profit target none. That is true, as long as your consistency rule is still met. right? You can't just have a $5,000 balance and say, hey, there's no profit target. I did it. Well, your biggest day was 3,000. So you didn't show 20% consistency at all. So hopefully that clears things up. Again, max accounts, you could have 3. So if you want to make 5,000 per account and take a $3,000 payout, whatever you want to do, times 3, because one thing I love is on this top 1 futures, I'm trading on Project X, which is super simple to copy trade on and just flawless and really no mistakes or no errors on there on my part, which is why I love trading copy there specifically. So let's say you have 3 accounts. Still shoot for that $5,000, no more than 1,000 a day on an account, but times 3 because you have it copied. So you could still be making 15,000 on the month. Let's say you take 3 payouts or $3,000 payouts from 3 of them. It's a nice $6,000 month in payouts, and you still have plenty of balance still left in those accounts. So hopefully that clears things up. And again, one thing I want to mention for any of these account sizes, whether it's even a challenge, which we didn't go over, or the instant funded, if once you buy an account, you actually get access to these top 1 Futures Academy as well. I did do a chapter in there, about an hour and so, talking about the view up, teaching you a little bit of my strategy, things that I haven't taught before here on ASFX TV, which if you don't know, I have my own course on here of the strategy I trade. Futures 2.0, it's all about the VWAP. So I give you my entries, my exits, everything you possibly need, right? It's not just strategy based, it's trading based. How to scale your business, what key levels, how to set up your charts, all that good stuff. So if you want access to that, all you have to do is just use code Evan. You'll get 50% off. And this is also where I trade live streams every single day. So you get access to these streams as well. And if you buy an account with Top 1, you'll get access to this academy, which I give you like an hour and a half of lessons and teaching, as well as you'll get a free month to this ASFX TV that I'm mentioning, right? So lots and lots of content in order to get educated. Learn your strategy, learn how to trade, learn how to figure out your contract size, whatever. So there's really no excuse, but there's little excuses to not get a little bit better each and every day when there's all these opportunities out there to take these payouts, right? You're getting these accounts at a great price at 50% off. You can copy trade them very easily. You can watch me trade live on stream every day, ask questions, get feedback on your trades, anything and everything, right? So it's a really great opportunity to start taking payouts. That's why I'm super excited that they're running this deal and that it's on Project X. Just really exciting. So hopefully this breaks down the consistency rule. I don't think we missed anything on here, right? The drawdown, end of day, gotta love that. That's beautiful. Max contracts, I've never really worried about those with any firm because I'm not really throwing on 10 minis or 15 minis, especially on these volatile markets. And other than that, one other thing we could look at just with the elite challenges up top here, the consistency rule is just a little bit different in terms of it's 25%. But so if you want to have $1,000 payout or your account's at 1,000, no one day can be bigger than 250. I think it's pretty easy once you just divide it by, for this case with the 25% consistency, just divide it by 4. With the 20% consistency, your balance divided by 5. Okay, do I have a day bigger than that? Nope. Okay, I'm good, right? Everyone looks at the consistency while it's still like building of like, oh no, my consistency rule is at like 42% right now. It's like, well, just keep on trading, keeping in mind that no one day should be bigger than X amount. And then once you get that account balance to the number that you have in your head that you want to build it to, like we said, 5,000, it'll be lowered to 20%, right? As long as you don't have a day above 1,000, by the time you get to 5,000 like you wanted it to, you will meet that consistency. So don't worry about the consistency rule not being at 20% all the time. It's probably not going to be. It's not going to be at 20% until you get to that time where you're looking to take a payout if you did your math correctly and if you planned accordingly. So definitely check out Top 1 Futures. Also, the ASFX TV streams, once you do buy an account with them, again, code Evan's always going to get you the best deal. Super excited. Hopefully this breaks it down easy for you guys. If you have any other questions on Top 1 Futures, the consistency, the lesson plans I put out, the streams, whatever, always feel free to reach out. Leave a comment down below. What videos do you want to see next? What are you struggling with the most? Anything and everything. But I appreciate you guys. Trade safe. Good luck. And I'll see you guys on the charts tomorrow morning.